Hi guys, today we are going to do a walkthrough of the Arts and Curiosities Festival in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. It used to be called something else, which we won't say the name, and the lady who puts it on got in trouble for calling it that, so she changed the name to the Arts and Curiosities Festival. So you'll see there's a theme to the festival here. There's a lot of vendors that have very themed items and a lot of vendors that don't have themed items, but it's still really fun and it's a fun time. So here's one of those theme vendors selling wands, and the whole theme of the festival is a wizarding good time, we'll say. So this is a freeze-dried candy stand. They also sold a lot of pop figures like Funko Pops and stickers. They were busy pretty much all day. They had a really large stand, so that's fun. I've had the freeze-dried candy from other places, not these people. They were at a festival. A different company was at a festival I did it last year, and it was interesting. This is Blackbeard's Bounty, who I met last year at the same exact show. They were vending next to me. They're super sweet. It's a husband and wife duo. They sell essentially pirate gear. Like you saw, that jacket there was really cool. They sell nautical stuff. They recently got into more of like horror themed artwork and t-shirts, and they just have some just cool stuff. These are some authors, which I had to restrain myself from buying things. I wanted to buy this book here, but I'm in a no-spend month, so I couldn't buy anything. But I will put it on my Amazon list and probably purchase it once I can. But I love books. I read all the time, so it'll be really hard for me not to buy all of the things. And here we have, I think this was a 3D printed stand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember what all the stands were. It's some really cute stuff. And more wands. I think there was like 3 wand vendors, which we'll see the third one in a little bit. There's also a little bonus area at the end here, which is just holding out for that. Just me being like, hey, you should watch this video to the end. It's not actually part of the festival, but it's right next door, so I just filmed it inside anyway. So you'll see that at the end here, but we're going to keep going through the festival. This is another Funko Pop vendor. He also sells open boxed Funko Pops, and I'm not sure what this one was. I think this might have just been part of the blacksmithing. I'm not sure. I know they were next to the blacksmith. So this is next to them is the live blacksmithing demonstration. There's a little puppy. I got very distracted by all the puppies. There's many puppies, which you will see. And this was really cool. I stood here for quite a bit watching him just do his thing. I didn't record all of it because it would have been way too long, but he was doing some live blacksmithing demonstrations, so that's fun. There was a couple of vendors that I couldn't walk into their stands because they were so busy, so I just tried to get as close as I could to show you what they were selling without kind of interfering too much. I do notice a common theme with a lot of shows I go to. There's going to be a lot of art vendors. There's going to be a tumbler vendor. There's probably going to be like a candle or, Scentsy wax vendor type of thing. There's going to be jewelry vendors, and that's great. What I will say, if you are going to be one of these vendors, or if you are one of these vendors, I think what you should do would be to find something really niche within that trade so that you're different. And that's why I decided to do Gothic mixed media art, more of like an assemblage mixed media art, because I don't ever see anyone have that at shows, and I just think it's really different than your standard art vendor that you're gonna see a lot of places. You also see a lot of people dressed up, which is really fun. It's optional, but it's just a fun thing that people do when they show up and, just have a good time. This is a tumbler vendor, which is another thing I see a lot of. Did I say that? I don't remember. But I do see a lot of tumbler vendors at shows. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be one of these vendors. I'm just saying, like, it's harder if the market is very saturated. You want to do something that's really different from your competition and just, find that niche market that will make you stand out. This lady sold little tiny ceramic, I think they were like gnomes. I have one similar to those, but they're from a different vendor at a different show. And they're like little monsters. I collect little monsters type things. I love monsters. So I have a whole display case in my house with just little monsters. Here's some more artwork. The mask is really cool. There's a lot of wizard themed items, as you'll see in a lot of the stands. It's not a requirement of the show, but it definitely does help. You'll probably sell more if you have those type of items. I also had to take the sound out of this video as usual because they were playing music in the background. We don't want to get copyrighted striked. So we took the sound out and just replace it with an overlay of me talking. This guy had really cool art. He actually makes it with coffee. See, paint it with coffee. And if I had any room for more art, I would have been buying it. But again, I'm in a no spend month, so wasn't allowed to spend anything, and it would be really hard for me to find a place for it in my house. There's a puppy. Oh my gosh. This is Diagon Alley. I told you I was distracted by all the puppies. I wasn't lying. They sell butterbeer, chocolate frogs. There's a bunch of different photo opportunities throughout the whole place that you can take photos. Here's a little sneak peek of what you'll see later. That little room back there is actually a little market. There's another puppy. There's lots of different vendors down this little alley. They shut down a whole block of downtown Sunbury, and then this is like a little side alley that you can go down as well. And there's a guy down here that has balloon animals that he was making. I saw a lot of kids walking around with those. There was, I think she was a tarot card reader or a palm reader. I can't remember which, but she's coming up soon. This is another wand vendor that I was actually next to at the festival in Wellsboro, the Comic-Con. He was right behind me, and I didn't do a walkthrough of that one because I don't know why. I guess I was just feeling lazy that day. I'm not sure why I didn't, but that one was really cool, and I did well there. And I ended up buying a book. I ended up buying a book from a small artist, author, and she's super sweet, and she does like horror themed books, which are pretty cool. And then I bought another book from her as well later on. So, but there's another puppy. There were so many puppies. This lady does custom shoes, and like as she paints them. I'm not sure how she gets them to stay like that, but I'm pretty sure she has her process figured out. Not something I would know how to keep looking nice for a very long time. So we're going to continue down Diagon Alley here. This is the card readings. Okay, so it's card readings. So it's probably tarot cards. And there was this lady at the end here that had these really pretty paintings. And I really like the blue galaxy one. It was really pretty. I think this was the end for the alleyway. Yes, so this is now the bonus section of the inside part. And this is the inside of like a little market that they have. I think it goes all year long. So this is inside the building. And there's like a restaurant in here as well. And a bunch of vendors that are set up all the time. And of course they kind of themed some of their stuff closer to the theme of the festival. And obviously it's near Halloween because it's in September. So there's going to be a lot more like Halloween type of things that you'll see throughout this video, which we're almost at the end too. It's something like a block long, and then this is like I said, inside. It killed me not to buy those bat pillows, by the way. Really wanted them. There's just so much cool stuff to see, and you're already there, so you might as well check it out, right? And I think this is this the guy that I bought the thing from last year? Nope, this is a 3D printed guy. This is the guy, see that green fairy girl right there last year? I bought that print off of him. It's actually hanging in my hallway. and it's really cool. So this is about the end here, and I just want to thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Stay spooky, my friends.